I escaped a trafficking abduction in my late teens. I grew up in a small town. The internet wasn't fully accessible like it was in larger cities yet. I was trying to find a job, desperate to get out of my small town. I wanted to leave and travel. I found a job posting in the classified ads section of my local newspaper that offered to pay for my training and ticket to get me to California. The transportation provided was by Amtrak train. And, of course, a one-way. I had never left my town before, other than for school trips or travel sports. I was intrigued. There was a number to call, so I called it. I was advised my caseworker would call me back at the number provided. A day goes by and I get a call from some woman. She was friendly, and had a lot of information about the job. It was a door-to-door sales job that was 4 months long. The job was more money than I had ever seen at that age. I fell for it all. She said I would be leaving in 2 weeks if I accepted. So after some back and forth I agreed to the position and they got my ticket ready for me. The next day I put in my 2-week notice at work. I received calls daily from this woman, confirming that I was still coming. Each day she became more and more pushy for my leaving, telling me the tickets were not returnable and so on. When I would suggest any hesitations, she would get short with me, and would gaslight me into thinking it was all in my head. I wasn't comfortable with her behavior, but I didn't really think too much into it. I figured that's just how people acted from where she was from. Very bossy, direct and pushy. I was working one day and had missed her daily call, so she proceeded to call me a bunch of times back to back. That's when I knew something was off. Mind you, I was only 18, nearing 19. I was really ignorant. That day I decided to retract my 2-week notice I had put in at my job, and talk to my manager. She had mentioned that it seemed suspicious and that I needed to not go. The next day, I had called the woman back and told her I had changed my mind and that I would not be going. I thanked her for the opportunity and she abruptly hung up. A week or so goes by and I had a curiosity about the number she had been calling me from. I decided to try calling it one afternoon and it was disconnected. I was so confused. I never thought of it again. Fast forward to when I got my current job. I'm a flight attendant and have been for over a decade. We have annual training and in 2016 we began integrating our training for human trafficking, as it was on the rise. I knew of it, but never knew the seriousness of it all. Small town mindset, growing up extremely disconnected from social norms or even real life issues. That's when it clicked in my head. I had an overwhelming, gut-sinking feeling. I thought about the weird calls, the pushy behavior and the disconnect when I decided I wasn't going. I couldn't help but wonder how many people fell for the same ad, and how many people actually went through with it.